everyone, and welcome to the Mastering Cascade Funding Opportunities from Idea to Impact webinar. I'm Alessandra Loria, and I'm an executive in the Framework Program Unit at Xjenza Malta. So, before we start, some housekeeping rules. So please keep your microphone muted during the session. The session is being recorded, so you will receive the link for viewing again the recording. Also, the presentation will be shared after this session. You can write questions during the session in the chat box, and I will answer all your questions at the end of the session, the ones in the chat and the live ones. So an overview of today's session, I'll give a brief introduction about Xjenza Malta and the Framework Program Unit for those who are not familiar. Then we will look at the general concept of Cascade funding in Horizon Europe. We will watch a very short clip so you visualize some concepts, and it will be helpful. We will look at why it's an important instrument, the pros and the cons, what can be funded, how to engage, where to find the calls, how to apply, some common mistakes to avoid. Also, I'll show two or three opportunities that are currently open, so to also show you the process of finding and exploring whether you are eligible or not. Some conclusions, concluding remarks, and then the question and answer session. I'll share my contacts, some social media, and there will be also a short questionnaire for the quality of this session. So Xjenza Malta is the government agency responsible for promoting and coordinating scientific research, technology innovation, and science communication in Malta. It consists of different technical units. We have the R&I unit, which manage the national research funding portfolio. There is the Policy and Strategy Unit, which provides strategic advice in research and innovation matter to the governments on national and European matters and levels. The Framework Program Unit, the unit where I'm part of, which hosts all the national contact points and the program committee members of Horizon Europe, and works to promote and assist stakeholders to be successful in Horizon Europe. And then we have the Internationalization Unit, which fosters international collaboration between Maltese researchers and researchers abroad. Also, Esplora, the Interactive Science Center, is part of the agency. So looking closer at the Framework Program Unit, as I mentioned, we assist stakeholders to participate in Horizon Europe program, and this is the overview of the entire program. There are different instruments, but basically Horizon Europe is the largest research and innovation funding program in the world. It's there to foster collaboration, benefit from the European talents pool. It creates job. It's there to implement European policies on sustainability, for example. But also, it's also very important to boost the economic growth and the industrial competitiveness. This is the team. As you can see, we are all assigned different instruments, and we focus on them to really help stakeholders with not only the applications, but also partner search, project implementation. So we are really here to assist anyone who wants to learn more about the program and wants to try to participate. But now you're probably wondering, okay, I'm familiar maybe with Horizon Europe, but where can I find this Cascade funding opportunities? Are they in Pillar 1? Are they in the widening? How to find them? Well, basically, any funded project in Horizon Europe can implement cascade funding, which are also called financial support to third parties, if the call allows this action. And so there is no specificity. Any funded project can offer this. And in fact, for example, if we look at cluster 6, it's in pillar 2, and I'm actually the national contact point for this cluster. And we open two calls, for example, here, one under the community's destination, entitled Boosting Sustainable Competitiveness in Rural Areas Through Innovation, and another one from the Farm to Fork two-stage, Strengthening Plant Health, Addressing Emerging Plant Pest Risks. You will find that in both calls, in the initial table, the general description of the call, you will find this paragraph: beneficiaries may provide financial support to third parties, so FSTP. The support to third parties can only be provided in the form of grants. The maximum amount to be granted to each third party is euros 60,000. So you will also find the same paragraph in the other call, and this means that all the projects that they will be awarded of this grant will I will say have, because usually when they say may provide, it's better you put this in your proposal because it's really encouraged. So you will have to implement, perhaps it can be a work package, the implementation of these grants, where you will actually open calls and follow the awarding procedures for this course, and be the coordinator of the funds. So now let's watch a short video.
Ever heard of Cascade funding? It's a quick way for startups, SMEs, research centers, and universities to receive non-dilutive financial support from European funds. What is Cascade funding? Also known as financial support to third parties, it's a simplified mechanism for EU grants. Rather than applying for large grants directly, funds are received from European consortia managing big EU projects. How does it work? These opportunities are open all year long, inviting innovative startups and research teams to apply. You can secure anywhere from a few thousand to several €100,000, all without giving up equity or taking on debt. Who benefits? Whether you're a startup, an SME, a university, or a research center, you can use these grants to develop new technology.
Just to check, can you hear, and are you following?
Yes,
You can
yes, everything's
Okay,
fine.
okay,
Yes,
let's
thank you.
let's go.
Fast-track innovation and strengthen the EU's competitiveness. How to apply? Keep an eye out for open calls all year round. Experts like Sploro can guide you to the right opportunities and help with applications. Ready to fuel your innovation? Visit cascadefunding.eu to explore all available opportunities and sign up for free alerts.
Okay, so this was a promoting video from one of
Ever
the
heard of
from one of the platforms that I will show you, just to give you some visualization of the concept. But basically, in summary, how is the procedure? Basically, someone will apply for a certain calls that and that consist of also the development of this cascade funding. If the project is granted, then at some point during the implementation of the project, the consortium will need to open these calls that will be there are some rules to follow. They will need to stay open for a certain amount of time. There are some eligibility criteria. And And then third parties, as the name suggests, will start applying, and the consortium will manage this application. The grants will be awarded. There will be signing of the grant agreement with the project coordinator, so not with the commission, because then the project consortium will be the coordinator of the calls. There can be different calls throughout the project. Usually there are more than one in a cycle. And then these third parties will start implementing their own project, which is still related to the kind of umbrella project, and so there will be also this collaboration. Why it's important? Well, it's actually this is an instrument that was introduced in Horizon 2020, so from 2014, and it's actually very beneficial because there is not only a flow of these financial resources, but the instrument really provides support to the third parties, and there is the sharing of knowledge, expertise, resources. Sometimes the people implementing this cascade funding, I mean, when you get granted, you can collaborate closely with the consortium of the project issuing the call. And so it's really, really beneficial because it creates this cascade effect, like a ripple effect of research and innovation that eventually leads to resilience and sustainability, and it really fosters this collaboration. Of course, there are pros and cons. But as you can see, the pros are outweighing the cons. But in summary, you get a flexible funding spectrum. So there are not really rigid rules. There is pretty much heterogeneity in the opportunities. The success rate is higher because actually it's a pros and cons. Unfortunately, some of these calls are not widely promoted. So the lucky ones that found the opportunities will have a higher success because the competition will be lower. There is a streamlined process. A comprehensive support ecosystem, as I mentioned, is one of the benefits. Knowledge transfer, equity-free support, low bureaucracy, because usually also the application process is much easier and straightforward than, for example, the Horizon Europe calls. There is a faster evaluation timeline. Sometimes no consortium is required, sometimes it is, they can also leave the option open. It's a great entry point, especially if someone feels overwhelmed by the Horizon Europe calls and it wants to transition maybe from national grants to Horizon Europe. This may be a very good way to start. And actually, the grants can go up to even 200K or some cases even slightly more. So it's not they are not necessarily very small grants. Some cons is that there is limited availability. So of course these opportunities are tied to funded projects which are not infinite. So there are a limited number every year. That process can be heterogeneous. So since these are calls issued by different projects, different organizations, of course, the process are different. This is why you need to be very careful by reading the guidelines and really get to know the eligibility criteria, etc. There is less admin, but still there is an admin burden, especially because then it's not like Horizon Europe that some rules are always standard, so you know them and you are good. You need to really study specifically that particular call because it has its own rules and its own requirements. So this is also why there can be an administrative burden and it takes time to really learn. Dependency on intermediaries, so you will not deal directly with the commission, you will deal with the consortium of the Horizon project that is implementing the call. Smaller funding scales, there are not millions euros involved in the calls, so it's a little bit limited. And some eligibility constraints. In fact, some of these grants, perhaps they are not open to all the member states. Sometimes they target specific areas, and there are some limitations. I would say another cons it's that they are not wide, especially the results and the awardees are not widely disseminated. So even the success rate is a bit unknown, and there is not like a public dashboard where we go and we see Malta participations. So that is maybe a limitation. And actually, I take this the advantage of this session to remind if you will ever be successful in these grants, to please let us know, because it's good to know how is Malta doing with this type of instruments, and perhaps in sessions like this you can be called and asked to share, for example, your success story. So keep this in mind for the future to let us know. What can be funded where there is almost no limit, no matter your field, you can find opportunities. This, in fact, is not an exhaustive list, but basically, yes, can be in the digital sector, AI, quantum, in the environment. It depends also on the technology and the domain. We will see in a bit all the combinations. How to find this call? So there are different ways, fortunately. One of the most common one is through the funding and tender portal. And actually, I'll go, one second. I'll go in the portal. So if for those that are not familiar, this portal is the platform where you will find all the European grants and calls, sorry, and not only in Horizon Europe, and also it's the portal where you not only apply but you also implement your projects, you submit your deliverables, you submit your reports, etc. So everyone that participates in Horizon Europe needs to be registered in this platform. So how to find these Cascade funding calls? Well, you need to go and find calls for proposal, where you actually usually go to find the regular Horizon Europe call. Then programming period, this 2014 and 2020 was Horizon 2020, but we are in Horizon Europe, so we select this time frame. Program Horizon Europe. Then submission status, I suggest you untick close because it's not really useful. Then you go in all filters, and then you see here on the right, it opens another window, and you will tick these calls for funding in Cascade issued by funded project. So you will tick and then view results, and then you will get a list of the opportunities that are not only open, but it's an advantage. You can also see the ones that are going to open soon. You see they're all labeled as Cascade funding, and then you scroll and you see, try to identify something interesting for you. Keep in mind also, they are labeled as Cascade funding, also the calls issued by partnership. So just keep this in mind. They are not properly Cascade funding, but they are a different category. So keep this in mind. Also, you will not apply through this platform. This is just showing you what's available. But once, for example, you open one of them, it will most likely redirect you. So now I don't see, but usually there is a link. It will redirect you to the platform where you will apply, because that will be the platform supplied by the consortium of the funded project. There is also another way to find calls, which is more targeted based on your field. In fact, there are many other platforms that provide a list of open calls. There is the Cascade Funding Hub, which is one of my favorites. Also, the video you saw was issued by them. But there are others like the NGI Search, the Zabala, Funding Box, Kyla. But now I'll show you this in particular, the Cascade Funding Hub. So let me go back here. Okay, so this is the Cascade Funding Hub. Also, when you will get the presentation, you will find the links in the icons I just show you, so you can directly come to this website. So you will go to Open Calls. I think we are already there. Um, so then you scroll down and you will find this instrument that will allow to filter. So I like this platform, especially for this, because you will be able to select the technology in the field in which your technology or you're working on something is. For example, I don't know, digital solution. Then there is a domain you can choose. Life sciences and health, water management, agriculture. There is a really long list. Also, if you don't want to filter, you can leave this open and it will show all the opportunities in any domain. You can also choose the type of beneficiary, so you can be an individual or a research organization, a public authority, or again, you can leave it open. Also good, you can choose the closing date. Maybe the later you put, the more time you will have, because otherwise it also, as you see, gives you opportunities that are closing in tomorrow, so they are not really useful. And range of funding, this I suggest you leave it always open so you don't cut out any opportunities. And then you have the list where it's giving you some little description, and then you can press learn more. We will do it for 3 calls that I identified later in the presentation, and you check more in details the call you want to explore. So that was, I forgot to mention. So I suggest you check this page regularly for new calls, but even better, you can subscribe to this website. So if you go up here, you will see subscribe, and if you press that button, you will find this form, so you can put your information and you will get emails regularly with new opportunities. And I really suggest to do this so you don't miss anything. So, how to apply? First step, you need to find a relevant call using the processes I just show you. It's very important to study very well the eligibility criteria, what documents you need, if you are actually eligible. So really take your time to read carefully. If you think you are eligible, then you prepare a proposal. Usually they require an executive summary, a description of the problem and solution, then the timeline, the budget, the KPIs that you want to reach. Then you submit on the platform. Usually there is a description of what's the process or which platform to use. There will be a button where that button that you press and you apply. So usually it's in platforms, can be also the Funding Box, which is one of those platforms where you can find calls as well. Then you wait for the results. Usually these are much faster than Horizon Europe. Believe around 6 weeks, 2 months maximum. And then if you are successful, you get started. Some common mistakes to avoid is submitting a vague or generic idea. So I suggest you don't only study the call, but you study their project, like what is this project trying to attain, and you try to also come up with a strategic idea that is going not only to benefit you, but also the project and the field in itself. Don't miss out on information session. Usually, this consortium offer even more than one, and try to really participate because they will make things easier for you, explaining all the details. You can ask questions, get already in contact with this consortium. You will receive additional materials, most likely at the end of this session, so don't miss out on those. Uh, as I mentioned, linked to what I said before, try to align with the topic of the call. So really do your homework to study what are the underlying goals of these calls. Don't underestimate the technical depth or market potential. So remember, the goal is always to go to the market and use those technologies that you are developing. So provide those technical information and also show how what effect you will have on the market and the market potential. Don't ignore timelines or co-funding requirements. Again, this is part of your homework to read the course requirements and the timeline as well. And also, a mistake could be not contacting us. We can help with anything. We can contact the call issuer, and we can really assist you also with the Cascade funding. So now I would like to just show you some opportunities that are open that may be of your interest. So the first one is Part Art for O, third open call. So this is a screenshot from the Cascade Funding Hub, but I will, let's pretend I press the link, learn more. Second, and then you will be led to this page, which is still the Cascade Funding Hub page, where they provide some summary of the call. This is not provided by the consortium itself, remember, but at least you will see some descriptions. So, for example, this call is Bridging Art and Science. So, this call seeks to explore and demonstrate participatory art science practices that engage community in reimagining and advancing a sustainable, resilience, and equitable blue economy through creative experimentation and citizen participation across water-dependent contexts. So here it gives you a summary of what project can be funded, the sector. So this is about blue economy. No matter, it can be rivers, lakes, oceans. For example, this in particular leaves you the freedom to be either an individual entity or you can be a consortium. You need to be established in a member state or associated country, so you are eligible. You should not be, of course, beneficiaries of previous calls, so they make sure they give opportunities to everyone. And then you can, this, for example, there is even a funding rate of 100 and projects will receive maximum 50,000 euros. Then you can press, the deadline is 10 of March. So anyone who is interested, there is actually time. Then you can press even on the website. So this is actually the call issuer website. So we will be able to also explore their projects, what they did previously, who are the partners. This is the link of this particular call, so you will find more information. In my opinion, this call is very, very interesting, very interdisciplinary. Here it gives you more guidelines, so you need to have at least one economic actor. So since you could have a consortium or a single entity, if you're a single entity, you need to be a private entity basically. Then it gives you already some guidelines, but then there are all the, let me see, the links that leads you to the document. So you have the guide for applicants that you can download, FAQ, the proposal template, submission platform, letter of intent, everything that you need is here. And as you can see, it's also clear that they offer support. If you need, you can email them. There are two info sessions. One is past. One, if you want to attend, it's still open. It's happening on the 4th of February. Apologize. There is even a video. So as you can see, they go really far by providing assistance to whoever wants to participate to this call. So this was one. Then there is the Magician Open Call 2. So this is in robotics, so it's a totally different field. Oh, I'm sorry. I press the wrong button. Here it is. Magician Open Call 2, so seeks to explore and validate the application of magician capabilities in innovative domains beyond the automotive sector by funding projects that demonstrate the adaptability and performance of collaborative robotics and AI-driven defect detection in diverse real-time production environment. You may be wondering what does it mean, the application of magician? There is nothing magic. It's just the project they are implementing. They have these they work in the automotive sector, and they have these sensors, I believe. So basically, what they are looking for is someone that tests their technology in other fields. So you, in this case, for example, the applicants, the successful applicants will work closely with this consortium. So as you can see, there is also high collaborative level and even capacity building, because I'm sure you will learn a lot by working with them. So here as well, there are some details about the call, who is eligible. So can be a consortium of two companies, or you can be an individual SME. But the proposal must be written in English, so very good. Funding rate is, in this case, it's 70% for SMEs and up to 100% for startups. So here they even do the difference. Budget is quite high, 200,000 euro. So again, then you can visit the website. The call is closing at the beginning of March. So this is their website. Again, I suggest you study everything about this project, and then you follow their guidelines. Again, here they give an overview of who can apply, why you should apply. As you can see, even here there is extensive information. If I press here, get all information, then you have the public deliverable, scientific publication, information on the call, communication material. So this was the second call. So here you have the guidelines, flyer, template, everything. Then there is the We Rise Open Call 2. This is closing a bit sooner, and this is very interesting because it's actually targeting women-led companies in the green tech, agri-tech, and climate tech field. It's the second call, so this means there was another call during their project. And it's actually a very good opportunities, also because this is giving advantage to Malta, since this specific call shows a preference for startups from moderate and emerging innovator countries. So as you know, Malta is a widening country, which is, for those who don't know, is a category where moderate and low innovators countries are part of, and there are specific calls in Horizon Europe that are targeting only those countries, so to also lower the competition with stronger innovation ecosystems to give more opportunities, and the idea is to let these countries grow and hopefully one day exit the widening area and be part of the larger pool. But in this case, this call is actually targeting countries like Malta. So very good opportunities. This project in particular envision two phases. One is a smaller grant, 5,000 euros, but then there is a second phase with 50,000 grant. Here, I don't know why they put funding rate unclear, but I actually went to the website and they just provide first the largest budget, the large budget, and then how many projects they will fund. So it's just a simple math. Open call information. Here you get a PDF with all the guidelines. Well, should maybe it's yes, it was loading. So as you can see, there is a bit of admin burden because you really need to study each and every opportunity and treat it as something completely independent. But as you saw from the platform, there are a lot of opportunities that I'm sure are actually overlooked by most of you. So going back to the presentation. And concluding, I hope I was able to let you grasp how of a big opportunity is this instrument. It really connects innovators and projects and give opportunities not only for financial support, but really for capacity building, create a network and grow. They are open to everyone, even to individuals. So really consider this opportunity. Again, you don't just gain money, there is much more. And with the right preparation and really clear ideas, you can actually be successful in this opportunity. Well, thank you very much for your attention. I will now take any question. Let me see what I can see in the chat. I don't see any question in the chat, or maybe it's my issue. But anyone who would like to ask any questions, this is the time. So you can raise your hands. Um, so I don't see any question at the moment. Also, I think a window popped up. This is a quick feedback form for us to really improve our sessions.
Alessandra, there is a
Yes.
comment. Hey, thanks for the info. Are you part of Creative Europe as well? No.
No, no, Creative Europe, I think it's something else. It's not Horizon Europe, it's another program, and unfortunately, I'm not super familiar with that program. But I can check and let you know where you can find the national contact points for that program. Um, Well, in the meantime, maybe you think more. So let me go back in the presentation if I can. Uh, 1 second. I'm trying to leave the wide. Okay. Also, something. I wanted to share, of course, my contacts, and very important to follow our social media, not only Scienza Malta, but also we have a page for Horizon Europe Malta. You can find us on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. Also, when you will receive this presentation, you will also have the link here on the right to enroll to our mailing list. And I really suggest you do that because you will receive updates, open calls, and also we offer many other events, even in person. We have an info session coming up for the New Horizon Europe program. So really try to subscribe to stay up to date. So I think there was
Ale, there
something
is a
in the
question.
chat.
I
Yes,
can I
yes.
can read it. Hello and great job on the webinar. I got a question regarding how long would you say that it takes to prepare an application and at what point should we reach out to Xjenza Malta for advice or assistance with the applications?
Mm. This is a good question. There is not a right answer of how long does it take. As I said, the processes are all heterogeneous. So some calls may be more challenging to prepare. Some application may be more challenging than others. Maybe some projects offer Cascade funding that do not require a lot of admin. But I would say the sooner the better. That's why it's very good to stay up to date with the open course so that as soon as you see one that is coming, you start preparing. Again, as I show you in the funding and tender portal, it's good that you see also the forthcoming. And I don't think this is offered by the Cascade Funding Hub. So also check that regularly for the one that are envisioned. So you start preparing it right away. Keep in mind, if you want to form a consortium, that will take more time because, of course, you will need to coordinate collaboration with and the team in your consortium. If you are a solo applicant, it's more straightforward. So I would say the sooner the better. I don't have one specific answer for that.
No more questions, Ale. I can see.
Okay, well, if something come to your mind, you can always email me, and always feel free to reach out for even assistance in finding the right calls. Or remember, I'm also the NCP for Cluster 6, the environmental sector, Mission Soil, Mission Ocean, and also Pillar 3, so EIC, EIE, and the EIT. So if you want to also learn more about the bigger the bigger calls, do not hesitate to contact me. Thank you again, everyone, and soon you will receive the link to the recording and the presentation.